and I am here to show you what textbook you can get and what are your options for purchasing the textbook. I know that buying books can be confusing and expensive, so this presentation is designed to help you determine what option is best for you. Now, the first thing to cover is what textbook we'll be using. The book that we use is called Prebles Artforms. This is the 11th edition of the text. And we do use the 11th edition, not the 10th edition. You might be able to find the 10th edition for cheap. Please don't buy that. And also, I should say that Prebles Artforms is sometimes available with online supplements, whether it's My Arts Lab or something called Revel. Let me say right now that these online supplements are not necessary. No assignments are given in my class through any online components other than Blackboard. So if you have the option of buying the e-text or not, that just depends on whether or not you want to use the e-text. So let me show you what your options are. The easiest option would be, of course, to head over to the bookstore and just purchase the book through them. This is going to cost you $109, and what you're going to be buying is something called the a la carte edition. It doesn't have any binding. It's just a loose copy of pages bound up in cellophane. It also comes with something called the Revel Access Card. And this is something that will give you access to the online classroom. As I've said, it's not necessary. Whenever you buy the textbook, if you don't feel like getting online and using Revel, you can just throw this away or give it to me, and I donate it back to the school, to the Office of Special Populations. But some people like to use the online text if you've got a reader or something. It's just a nice little bonus option for you. Also, some people like to listen to the e-text as opposed to reading the book. This is going to be the most convenient option. It's going to be the fastest, and it's also the only option that I know will accept your scholarship. If your scholarship includes textbook funds, you're going to need to buy your book through Savannah Tech's bookstore. One of the things, though, that I should mention is that at this time, Savannah Tech's bookstore is not buying back the a la carte edition. So you're basically stuck with this book at the end of the semester. You might be able to resell it in the future, but I can't guarantee it. The next thing you can do is buy the e-text. Just buy Revel. You'll need to go through the instructions that I've put up there on Blackboard for you under Start Here. It gives you step-by-step instructions on how to download and access your e-text. Once again, no assignments are given through Revel. All I use is the e-text just as another option. The nice thing about doing it this way, as you can see, it's cheaper than the bookstore. It only costs $70. And it's even cheaper if you get that optional loose leaf book. You can pay another $20 and they'll send you a copy of the book's a la carte edition. So that's really nice. Winds up being, about $90. So it's still cheaper than buying through the bookstore. You can also, of course, buy a used copy from Amazon. As you can see here, I've taken a look. It costs about $80, $90 to buy a used copy. So it's up to you. Of course, let the buyer beware. Heaven knows if you're actually going to get an acceptable book. You just don't really know. So that's just something that I can't really too strongly recommend, but it is there for you. Another thing that you might consider is using Amazon rentals. As you can see, this costs about $32. The way that it works is you pay $32 and Amazon sends you the book. And then at the end of the semester, you send it back. And depending on the condition, you will get a refund of your $32. You might get a full refund if you've taken good care of the book, or it might just be a partial refund. The risk of this is that you don't know what kind of book you're going to be getting. You don't know if it's used, if it's new, if it's bound, if it's unbound. It might come with the online stuff. It might not. But this is definitely the cheapest option, only $32, which is the cheapest by far. But having not used it myself, I can't really guarantee whether or not it's going to work. Some of my students have used it and they've had good experiences, so you might give it a try. And then lastly, I have placed a copy of Prebles Artforms on course reserves at the library. It'll be available at the Savannah Tech White Bluff campus. There's also a copy at the Liberty Campus Library, and I will be placing a copy at the Effingham Library in the fall of 2017. This is not going to be circulating. You can only use it within the library. You won't be able to check it out, but it's free. And if this seems convenient for you, if you're on campus and you don't mind just doing all your work and all your reading in the library, that's why I put that book on reserve for you, so that you can still get an education, use this book at no cost to you. So I hope that this presentation was helpful. If you have any questions about your book or what you need to do, email me at any time, egrix@savannatech.edu, and I'd be happy to help. Thanks very much.